Hey guys, today's video is about relay exchanges and the 6 different ways to do them, ranging from beginner to advanced. We're first going to talk about the various exchanges and then go into the technicalities of relay exchanges in general after. So let's get started. This first exchange is for swimmers who have never done a full relay start with added momentum from your arms. Whether you've never done a relay ever before, or you're just beginning and have only done a regular start position as your exchange, this start will help you learn to use your arms for added momentum and speed off the block without moving your feet. For this first one, you're just going to have both feet at the front of the block with your hands out in front, and when your teammate is about to touch, swing your arms in a small backward circle to try and throw yourself off the block as far as possible. One thing I personally don't like about the double foot start is that it can make you jump more up than out, so if you're going to do this exchange, make sure to especially think about jumping more out. The second beginner exchange is almost the same as the first, so you're not moving your feet, but your feet will be in a usual track start position. If your block has a fin like mine, move it to the setting you would do a race start on, put your back foot up on it, and then do the relay exchange, remembering to swing your arms. The third exchange is going to incorporate some foot movement. With this one, you're going to be in the regular track start position but without your foot on the fin if your blocks have it. Make sure your feet are flat because you're going to step forward with your back foot. As you swing your arms, step forward into a double foot push-off position and dive. And again, as I mentioned before, with the double foot start, make sure to not jump too high. This is the most beginner version of the running start for relay exchanges. This fourth relay exchange is what I always do when the blocks don't have a fin. For this start, you're going to have both feet either at the very back end of the block or as far back as you can get them with the fin. As you start to swing your arms, step forward with the foot you would normally have at the front for a track start. You'll need to make sure to practice this start before every meet at new pools so you know how long the block is. It's really easy to overstep and have the middle of your foot or even your heel hit the edge of the block and you lose all leverage. This has happened to me before and it really doesn't feel good to land on the middle of your foot. After I made this mistake in a meet because I didn't do a practice one, now I always practice these in meet warm-up if I'm in a relay. Even if it's a pool I've raced at before, familiarizing myself to the different blocks is necessary. If you really want to do your start with both feet in front, then this fifth start is a great, more advanced version for you. With both feet as far back as you can get them, swing your arms and step forward with one foot immediately followed by your second foot for a double foot start. Wow, I said foot a lot in that sentence. Anyway, as with the previous start, always practice this at meets so you don't overstep. Personally, I don't like double foot starts. I just feel like no matter how hard I try, I always go more up than out with both feet, and it just doesn't feel right to me. It's just a personal thing though, so if you like the feel of using both feet, then you do you. I've seen a lot of people do this exchange as well, and even my dad used to use both feet until I forced him to learn a track start. For the sixth and final exchange, which I just recently learned and I absolutely love, it's the step over start. This is the exchange I've been doing all the time at pools that have a fin on the block. For this, you're going to put the fin on the first setting and put one foot behind with one foot positioned at the top of the fin. The confusing part of this start for me was learning where each foot goes. The foot you put in the front for a track start is going to be the foot behind the fin, so when you step over, you plant that foot in the front like you normally would. The part that makes this start so much more powerful is that you get the added benefit of having your foot at the very top of the fin, with lots of momentum from stepping over and planting your foot. A tricky part of this start is overstepping. I even overstepped while filming this, and as you can see, my foot landed right in the middle at the edge of the block. Like I mentioned before, not only does this really not feel good, but it also negates any momentum you had because you can't get a good push off. Also, getting set up to do this for the first time can be really scary. I even had to hold a teammate's hand because it's so awkward to get balanced at first. This exchange is necessary to practice as often as you can, but once you get it, it's the best start ever. To help out your relays, here are a few things to think about to make sure your relay exchange goes smoothly. First, remind your teammates swimming in for you to never do a short stroke finish. As the person swimming into the wall for your teammate on the block, who's judging your stroke rate into the wall, it's always better to do a long stroke stretch so the swimmer starting can clearly see your hand as it reaches for the wall. I have a habit of reminding my relay mates to make sure they do a long stroke finish into the wall, which I'm sure annoys some of them, but whatever. Don't judge me for making sure the relay doesn't get DQ'd. Second, if you guys notice that I'm not following my sister with my hands into the wall like you might have seen other swimmers do, that's because I personally don't feel like that's necessary. If you follow your teammate into the wall before going, then your hands will be down by your side and you won't be able to swing your arms barely any. So I just keep my hands out as high as possible for the most added momentum. Third, when you get ready to dive, make sure you're not rounding your back over, as this can cause you to lift up and then end up jumping too high. Focus on keeping your back flat and squatting down so you can jump straight out. Another thing to watch out for is if you swim for high school, the step over relay start isn't allowed in my state, so make sure to check your local rules and country rules for what starts are legal for you. In USA Swimming, all of these exchanges are legal. I have had a ton of requests for a diving video, so I hope you enjoy this. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a big thumbs up for more videos on starts and subscribe. Bye!